It's time for the Ravagers to rise once again to glory!
You are listening to The Ravager Report, a Fox Next Marvel Strike Force podcast dedicated to bringing you the latest news, information, and updates. With your hosts, Dorian.
It is a name what strikes fear into the hearts of anyone what hears it!
And Hebrew Hammer.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
Hello and welcome to episode 54 of The Ravager Report. I am, as always, your host, Dorian, and with me is the Hi Hebrew Hammer. Hebrew, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I am good, but as you said, I'm high on a lot of painkillers and stuff. So it's going to be an interesting night. Just about like 6 minutes ago or so, I was in the process of doing something, and I literally forgot what I was doing, like 2-3 times while I was doing it.
You were getting ready to do the show.
Yeah. Well, I was opening up the thing. I don't know. I don't remember.
They're called show
notes. Show notes. Don't test me now.
We do want to thank you and welcome you to, obviously, the Ravager Report. Get a couple of quick things out of the way. We do record live every Friday night starting around 10:30 p.m. Eastern or Central Standard Time. You can join us if you want on our Discord at discord.me/Ravager Report. And Hebrew, we've got some exciting news this week. We've got 2 brand new patrons, not only 2 brand new patrons, but they are in the show live tonight. So a big shout out and a thank you to Trestle and Self High Five. Thank you guys for joining the show actually just today and becoming patrons. So it's with support like you guys and all the other patrons, obviously, that really do help keep this show on the air. And if you are interested in becoming a patron, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Ravager Report, where we have subscriptions starting at $2 going all the way up to $20. And if you like the concept of a live, uncut, unedited show with all the fun stuff, that $5 patron subscription is kind of the sweet spot because you do get that every week, 2-3 days before we release to the general public. And that's the one that Hebrew's gone through and applied his editing filters to. So he cuts out lots of stuff like Rose Watch 2019.
That's right. May it die in peace.
Yeah, no, you can get ready for Rose Watch 2020. So, Hebrew, before we get started with the show, so obviously we did not get to do a show last week. My wife had her birthday, so I took the night off, and Hebrew had a couple of people lined up, and they bailed. So, yeah.
I honestly think it has a lot to do with the fact that, right, a lot of them, they're in the know. They're in the Envoy program and stuff like that, and so they don't want to do any more MSF content creation than they absolutely have to.
I understand that. I've really backed off of doing video for MSF just because. Yeah. Anyway, and I've started, obviously the new Dragon Champions podcast. Which has been a lot of fun. So if you like Dragon Champions and you like podcasts, go check that out. You can find it on iTunes. It's Ninja Panda Chronicles. A little bit of self-plugging there, Hebrew. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't get Marvel. I don't get Fox Next giving me a shout out. So.
I didn't organize that, so I didn't even know that was coming until it came at the end.
So, because for those of you that don't know, Hebrew is also part of the Alternate Reality crew, and you can find him co-founder, right?
I don't deal with the MSF side though.
No. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sad. I didn't jump in with you with Chewy on that one when we were talking about it, but I'm really happy for you guys that thing took off the way it did.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So, he's got some great podcasts over there. You got your D&D one. You've got your Porn and Politics.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, enough selfless promotion. Self-promotion? Shameless. Shameless,
self promotion,
shameless,
shameless self promotion.
shameless self promotion.
If you want to put it all together, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Hebrew, before we jump into the listener survey and everything, why don't you let everybody know what you've been doing the past week or two?
Surviving. No, I have some inflammation of a lymph node on my neck. I don't know why. I think it's something to do with my wisdom teeth. I really need to get those suckers pulled out because I had an infection from it, but it was actually directly in the wisdom tooth area. Probably because I did a show while I was taking care of that too. But it was
Didn't you have those removed?
No. I had to get the infection cleared before I got them removed, and then I had my cruise, and so I put it off. I was like, I'll do it after the cruise, and then whenever I came back, I just never did it. And now we think that this is what caused this lymph node to be infected now. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, I need to get off my ass and take care of these wisdom teeth. So, I'm surviving that, I'm doing that, and I won't bore you with the other stuff, the other mundane stuff outside of the game. But in the game, been blitzing, unfortunately. Haven't been blitzing as much as I should for Hella. So I think Dorian, you have me beat right now for Hella actually for blitzing. So
that's really sad, man.
That is very sad. I always amp it up more towards the end though. So I'm sure I'll go harder as the days go on. Plus I'm going to be on bed rest a bit for self-imposed bed rest. Not that I really, really need it, but so I'll be playing a lot then. But yeah, other than that, just, playing, do my normal stuff. What about you?
So I've actually had a really, really big couple of weeks here. So, first, I got your boy to 7 stars.
You did?
I did. I just did that yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I now have a 7-star vision. Woohoo!
Dang. Good. I mean, good for you. That's a great job.
Yeah, that
I hate that there's a more powerful vision in the world, but yeah, I mean,
does it make you die a little bit inside when that happens?
A little bit, yeah, but I am glad that your team is better for it. So
yeah, let's see. I unlocked Shuri. So where did I get? Did I get her? I think I got her.
Good old Shuri.
6-star. Hold on a second here, real quick. Doesn't take a second to get down here to Wakandan. Yeah, I actually was able to unlock her at 6-star thanks to the fact that we got the Sinister Six in there. So
nice. So now you're gonna have that premier raid team, dude.
I will have that raid team once I can actually throw resources on her. Because I also unlocked Coulson.
There you go.
So everybody needs the best character you'll never play. So
I was just about to ask, have you calmed down on him a little bit, on disliking him a little bit? But obviously you have.
Well, I like him as a character. I hate the concept in game. I just hate the concept that I'm throwing millions of credits worth of resources into a guy that I'll rarely, if ever, use anywhere else. He works great. He works great in Blitz 8. I've heard in 8.3. I've not had a whole lot of success yet, but he's not that high up. But yeah, I mean, it's just drop on War and go. Now look, he's fantastic in War. We've fought some. So in War, we got to gold level this past week. Mm-hmm. Promptly lost the next 2 fights because of Coulson. Because we're I mean, you hit a Coulson node and you just kind of well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because so far there are really only 2 reliable counters, and that's Phoenix and Magneto, and Phoenix has to at least be comparable power level, and the Brotherhood have to be way overpowered. So
yeah,
I keep coming to the Supernatural team as a potential counter. We'll have to see. The problem is, as a group, they're kind of squishy. So, but there's a lot of self-healing going on. I'm theory crafting that one, but I really think Supernatural is a team people should be working on, if not for a potential Coulson counter, for a potential legendary character.
I think you're probably right.
So, and that is that is pure speculation. Um, I got Elsa unlocked. She's almost 4 stars. I've been coring out her campaign until today when I ran out of cores. So I'm gonna have to stockpile a little bit, but she's a lot of fun, and like I said, that Supernatural team is just amazing. And then I got Ghost Rider unlocked last week.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then the biggest news of all, though, is I got my boy to T13 finally.
And that boy is Vision, still correct?
No.
Who's your new boy?
It's not my new boy. It's my old boy, and he's always been my boy.
Luke Cage?
Luke Cage.
Oh, wow. I was about to say, because I'm really surprised that Vision wasn't, especially since you just got him to 7, that he wasn't already T13.
So he's T11.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I would have figured since how much you champion him that he would be like T13.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. He's amazing, and I would love to get him to T13, but he's a tech.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You know who else is tech?
Oh yeah, good old Ultron over there.
Well, Ultron's already at T13, but all of AIM except for Graviton.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too.
So yeah, it's a tech is one of the banes of my existence. So
yeah,
but yeah, that's what's been going on in game. Outside of game, I've been dealing with a little bit of a throat issue. Having I don't know, some type of infection or something. My daughter's sick. She's got a viral infection. It was weird. You know your throat moves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My kids didn't realize that, so I was showing them that my throat moved because like my lymph nodes were swollen, so I kind of was adjusting a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a crack in my neck, and I swear, because suddenly I got this really bad pain. I swear I thought I broke my hyoid bone.
Damn.
So I didn't, obviously, but yeah, it's been not been feeling good for the past week. So
yeah, well, hopefully it gets better.
Yeah, I was going to throw in the obligatory Epstein didn't kill himself here, but chose not to.
Probably the best choice.
So yeah, that's kind of been our week. So we need to go ahead and get here into the poll results, and let me get over to that real quick here. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So we're going to stop taking responses there. So he didn't get in, too bad. And we only got 40 responses this week. And I kind of blame myself because we didn't have one last week, and I didn't get it out until today. So we didn't get hardly the responses that I would have liked. So also, guys, if there's anything, those of you that are listening live, if there's anything that you want to talk about while we're recording, just shoot me a DM or post in the what is the name of that channel? It's been so long since I've used it. In the call-in request line channel, and you can actually get on the air and ask your questions of me and Hebrew as we go through different topics of discussion. So, Hebrew, let's go ahead and jump into the survey here. So, the first section here is all about our new Lady Death, Hela, a death goddess, not Lady Death, completely different character.
Yeah.
So just
that confused me once before. So yeah.
Yeah. First question was, do you like that Hela is a Blitz release? Yes, no, or no preference?
I don't like that she is because I hate blitzing more than anything in the world. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. And so are 21 of our respondents. So 52.5% said no. 13 people said yes, and 6 said no preference. Hebrew, where do you plan on finishing on the Hela Blitz?
The 1 to 10%. Like, I'm not going to be able to cross anything other than that.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I'm trying for as well. And that's where a majority of our responses came in as well. So 23 people said 1 to 10%. 7 people said 11 to 25. 3 said in the 101 to 1500 range, you blitzers, you. 2 said 16 to 100. 1 said 1 to 15. 1 said no preference, and 3 said above 25%. So the one guy that said 1 to 15, good luck. Good luck, 'cause it's going to be like 40 million.
Yeah.
So I hope you paid those overseas individuals lots of good money to play while you sleep.
Yeah.
So Hebrew, have you seen the Hella Blitz projections?
No, I haven't looked at them actually.
Yeah, so they're relatively high. Let's see, I think they're in the Blitz channel here. Hold on.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, if I was to project the amount, I would go high too.
Yeah, so it's not. I don't have it here. I think it's over in. Let me go jump and grab these real fast. So the consensus here on this is going to be like top 10% is going to be like in the 2 to 2.5 million range.
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed for that.
Top 1500 averages out around 11 million. The top 100 averages out right around 18 million.
Jesus.
2 to 15 is right around 25 million. Number 1, they all come in and averages right around 40 million points. So I wasn't kidding. I was not kidding.
Crazy. Yeah, that
It is insane.
You people are all better than I, because I could never. I don't have the stamina to do that.
I need my sleep. Oof. But so, Hebrew, what do you think of the Blitz projections? Are they too high, just right, too low, or no preference?
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say I think that they're pretty accurate. Like, I think that Hela is a character that a lot of people want, and she's very good. I think we'll probably talk about her in a bit. But, yeah, so I expected some high numbers, considering things that we've seen before. Like, this doesn't seem wrong to me.
Yeah, but part of me, again, comes back to the whole... Is it a self-fulfilling prophecy? So they say it's going to be 40 million, so I better hit 40 million?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that has a decent bit to do with it. You're not wrong. There's a lot more guesswork whenever you don't have anything to go off of. If you have some kind of standard to use, then yeah, you kind of know where you need to be or should be.
Yeah. Hold on, I apologize. I'm responding to Danelle Danelle. I guess it's if I mispronounce it, I apologize. Who's asking why people keep saying they won't use Coulson outside of war, and it's really because his utility outside of war is basically non-existent.
Yeah, he's not nearly as good outside of war, unfortunately.
I mean, his EMP punch, which will remove all buffs. Okay, I could see some utility for that, but we're talking, you're talking taking up a whole character slot for one move, and I just, yeah. So, I think they're probably just about right too, but again, it's that self-fulfilling prophecy. Getting back to the survey again, so 13 people said just right. It was pretty evenly split here. 13 people said just right. 11 said too low, 12 said too high, 4 had no preference. Do you think we'll get more Asgardians soon?
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, there being only 3, it's 3 right now, right? With Hela.
Correct.
Yeah, that's just like, it's not enough. Like, I expect there to be at least 4.
Well, there's also Greg.
What?
Greg.
I'm missing some joke, obviously.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's an Inside Boy joke.
Wait, did you say Greg or Craig?
Greg.
Yeah, I don't.
Greg is the joke name given to the Asgardian undead.
Oh yeah,
that she summons. His nickname is Greg.
Yeah, I have not heard that before.
Okay, now you know.
It must be an Odd Boy thing. Yeah, now I know. So a whole bunch of Gregs. But yeah, so I think we will see more. It seemed like I don't think that's their normal thing to have 3 of the character. So at least in this day and age with their releases. So I think we'll see more soon.
I don't know, maybe because go filter off of. Let's see. Go filter on. Oh shoot, we were just talking about them earlier too. Inhumans.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's what I was saying. Like modern releases, I don't think that we've had an Inhuman for a good while, right?
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel,
Yeah,
yeah,
Miss Marvel was the
that's
last
closer
one.
than I remember, but yeah, that's still a good ways back.
She's been a year.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah, man, time flies, dude. Yeah,
Time flies when you're MSFing. Really? Because I was talking to somebody the other day when I mentioned you earlier about my whole comment on I don't want to do another podcast with another co-host because of the years
yeah,
of dealing with other co-hosts.
yeah.
I'm like, has it been that
I've
long?
ruined
Like,
you for everyone else. Yeah,
huh?
I've ruined you for everyone else. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
get
and Muggin. And so I kid, by the way. And then I was like, wait, it's really only been like 18 months.
it. Yeah,
It's 18 to 20 months. I'm like, oh my, but my God, it feels so much longer.
it does. It's strange. It feels so. If you're looking back at a specific time, you're like, oh, but that feels like it wasn't too long ago. But if you look at it as a broad spectrum, then yeah, you're like, wow, this has been a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah, it really, really has. But yeah, I think we'll see other Asgardians soon. I think we'll get Heimdall. I think we'll get Lady Sif.
Who's Lady Sif? Heimdall, I think is coming. Who's Lady Sif?
Do you remember the first Thor?
Uh huh.
She was the lady. Somebody Alexander. What's her name? Let me find her picture real quick.
Was she part of his crew at the beginning that he had?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I do remember her.
Jamie
She just like
Alexander.
didn't have a. She just didn't have like a really big part, you know.
She
It's not,
kind of did in the second one a bit, maybe.
I honestly remember nothing from the second one. I didn't like the second one at all.
Let's see. Let me get this copy link address. I'll send it over to you. There, I posted it. I posted it in the studio audience chat. Jamie Alexander is the plays Sif. So, yeah, she plays the tattoo girl in Blind Spot. Blind Spot's a really good TV show, though, for those of you that like TV. Let's see. So I wouldn't mind seeing the Fabulous Three come in, which would be Volstagg, Hogan, and Fandral.
Jesus, I don't know who any of those are.
So do you know who Zachary Levi is? Who plays Shazam?
Yeah.
Okay, so he replaced Josh Dallas, who played Fandral in the first movie. Zachary Levi played Fandral starting in the second movie.
Okay.
And the third.
Interesting.
Odin Legendary unlocked with Supernatural. That would be fantastic. I would
I
have
would love
zero
to see
problem
Odin.
unlocking Odin with Supernatural.
Yeah.
I might spend more money on that. So Chuck also was a great show. I really enjoy Zachary Levi's work. He does good stuff. Rails, derails. Okay.
I was going to also say it would make sense for Odin too because so far they have his three children.
Correct. So we need the All Father as with that leader, but here's my thing. Hell is a quote unquote war defense tune. Mm-hmm. So are you going to put these guys all on defense? Because that really kind of goes against the whole, Odin Thor thing, right? I mean, these guys were warriors. They charged into battle.
Yeah,
they
they're
didn't stand back
offense,
defending.
not defense. Yeah,
right.
That's a good point. I mean, with her especially, that makes even less sense why she's defense because she was like the leader of the onslaught. So
because they're trying to fight the full clears.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it for performance.
And we're going to see nothing but war defense for a while because war is their game mode. It's the only thing they're going to pump resources into at this point.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that I wish that they weighed things thematically more than what the game needs at the current time.
Right.
But yeah, unfortunately, that's not the case because you bring up a good point with that, and I wish that they would have done that now retroactively.
Yep. Let's see. Do you think we'll get more Asgardians soon? 33 said yes. 6 said no. 1 had no preference. And then our final question relating to Hela is: should Thor and or Loki get reworks? So Thor and Loki, just Loki, neither or no preference.
I would say mostly. I think that Loki's in a good spot. He doesn't have a mile-long passive, which is unusual for characters that come out these days. But I think that he's in a pretty good spot. Thor definitely needs a rework, though.
I agree.
Sure,
I think
least.
Thor needs a rework. I'm surprised they didn't do one with the release of Hela.
Same.
So,
because that makes me not like. I'm probably not going to play or use that team as much now because, I mean, like Thor has a place finally, but it's not going to be that good. Like, because Thor isn't that great. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe put like a really, really good character with a kind of shit character. So.
Now, launch characters sometimes need a little bit of love, but the problem is that reworking characters makes no money.
Yeah, reworking old characters that everyone has at like 6-7 stars don't. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, but at some point you got to start doing, what CG for Galaxy of Heroes always called faction passes, where they would go in and they would kind of rework a faction to give them better utility. So,
yeah.
Let's see. Next, we're going to jump into everybody's favorite game mode, Alliance Wars. So, Hebrew, what league is your alliance in?
So we are right now are in the gold, just barely into the gold.
Yeah, we were in gold until the last 2 fights. It dropped us into silver. So we're currently in silver. We were in gold. 26 of our respondents are in silver. 13 are in gold. 1's in bronze. What is your win percentage in war? Above 75, 50 to 75, 25 to 50, or 0 to 25%?
50 to 75, I believe.
Yeah, until this last week, that's where we were. Right now, we're kind of in that 25 to 50 range. So
yeah, I mean, sometimes you get like real shit matches in a row.
Yeah, that's what happened to us. We got Forsaken will tell you. We got, like I think I mentioned it earlier. We just got Coulsoned.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
So
that really is the difference maker, though. Right now, though,
it is the difference maker right now. And to be a good alliance mate, I forewent my raid so that I could help the alliance in Alliance War on defense and working on my Coulson. So.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this quick question: do you miss the days when, like, Raid was their bread and butter versus Alliance War, or do you like Alliance War being their bread and butter more than Raids now?
That's really kind of a tough call because while I enjoy Raids, I'm not particularly a fan of how Fox Next implemented Raids. With the whole nodes and sharing the nodes. I want to fight a big bad boss. Right?
Yeah,
I don't feel like we're fighting a big bad boss here, right? So I like what Galaxy of Heroes did with you like your 4 phases. Dragon Champions kind of went with that, so they did it a little bit differently, where you don't have to proceed from phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3. You can actually hit phase 1, 2, and 3 at the same time, and you got to clear those before you get to phase 4. Where you fight a dragon. So, that's pretty cool. Who doesn't like fighting a dragon? So, there's some challenges, obviously, with both different styles. I'm not a war guy, mainly because it requires it's such a time sink.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to get in and you got to take a look. Like right now, we've got a war going on, right? And I'll don't worry for a second. I'll hit it before I go to bed. But typically, I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay, so we've got the barracks unlocked, and there's a 335k team, there's a 365k team. There's a 265 and a 286. I might be able to take out one of those teams.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, well, now I'm sitting and waiting for somebody else to do it. And I'm sure somebody else is sitting there going, well, I need somebody else to do it. So it's just without a lot of coordination and everybody being kind of hyper active on war, it's just kind of a meh mode. Look, it does provide, it is the best resource generator right now, without a doubt. It is flat out the best resource generator in the game.
Yeah.
I still think that it needs to have a rework because I think we still put in way too much time for the rewards, but it is better than what it was 6 months ago.
Yeah, I agree.
So, do I like war? Nah, I do prefer raids simply because I like kind of figuring out raids. To me are a puzzle. I like figuring those out. Wars just kind of become the same old teams, right? So here's Guardians, here's Shield with Coulson, here's Adultron, here's Defenders. And it's kind of like, okay,
Right.
it's just different power. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's just the same teams with different power. So let's see. So 27 people were in that 50 to 75% range. 7 were in the 25 to 50. 6 are above 75%. So you guys are fantastic. Way to war it out. Do you like the Alliance Raid Wars? Yes, no, or neither like nor dislike? Heber, how do you feel about this?
I'm going to go ahead and say neither like nor dislike on that.
No, as I just mentioned a little bit ago, I do like them. Like I said, they are the best reward generator. Do I think they could be better? Yes, but I do like them, especially when you win. Man, I have been able to start gearing up so many people because I'm just buying purple gear out of the war store.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got Luke Cage from like gear 9 to gear 11 or gear 13 in a week.
Yeah, I mean how I rate it or gauge it, I guess is it good relative to Foxnext's version of rewards? Yes. Is it worth is it worth as much as I think the time I invest in is? No.
Well, I think
so
any
that's
answer
why
other than no is wrong. But
right. Well, that's what I mean. Like, so I put it in between, so I get the neither like nor dislike. So
that's fair.
I just kind of weigh it out like that.
That's very fair. I'm gonna miss this 7-star Phoenix. Not that it's gonna matter. Arena's such a nightmare. I'm in the 200 range right now, and I'm still fighting 300k teams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm just like it's all Phoenix Ultron, and they just don't care. They just care about Alliance War because Alliance War is strictly pay to win, and that's the only thing they care about right now.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't really made anything as clear cut of a winner as the comps that we see right now in Arena, like to challenge it efficiently at least.
Yeah, you're Funtron. I mean, it is. It's Phoenix Ultron plus whoever.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So 23 said they liked the rewards. 9 said they did not like the rewards, and 8 neither liked nor disliked.
Not people.
Let's see. So where is your alliance finishing on average in the season ranking? So you got the top 100, top 1, top 2, top 5%, top 10%, 25%, top 50%, or I don't know.
I actually don't know, and I'm probably a shitty alliance favorite because of that. But yeah, I have not looked nor cared to look at that.
Yeah, we're top 5%. I think we're in the 3% range. I think we're really close to 2%. I can't remember, but I think we're in that 3% range. So the top 100, we've got 5 people there. We've got 6 in the top 1%. We've got 4 in the top 2%. We've got 3 in the top 5%. 9 in the top 10%. 7 in the top 25. 1 in the top 50. And 5 just don't know.
Yeah.
And then Hebrew, do you like the cadence of Alliance Wars? Yes, no, or neither like nor dislike?
No.
Yeah, I'm with you. Nope.
That's an easy
Give
no
me
for
look
me.
at most twice a week. At most twice a week,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to run every week. You can take a week off. The problem is, like I said, it's the best. It's the best way to get gear right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think if I still think that it would be a much more coveted game mode if they just increased the rewards and reduced the amount of times that it comes around. So you still get as much as you would if you did it over and over again in the time period, but you do it once, twice a week, and you just get more rewards per instead. I would like that.
yeah, that would be good.
Dream scenario.
So 33 people said no, 4 said yes, and 3 said they neither like nor dislike. And then finally, we've got Mr. Sinister. Only 2 questions right now for him. So, do you like that Mr. Sinister will be a Blitz release? Yes, no, or no preference?
No, the only release style I like are events. That's it.
I like the campaign events. They're fun because they've got story behind them. Look, and
They're a little more reliable too.
they're
I'd
more
say.
reliable. And what kills me, you should still make money on a campaign event. Because, like me, I cored out, right?
Exactly.
So far to get Elsa. Other people will spend cores to get, characters in the campaign events and buy cores to be able to do the campaign events. So,
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is that I also feel like I can pick and choose who I want to go hard in more easily with
right.
events because I just plain and simple. If I want more, I can use my cores that I saved up for it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So 25 people agreed. They said no. 12 said yes. And then 3 said no preference. And then finally, where do you plan to blitz for Mr. Sinister? Top 10, top 100, top 50, top 10%, milestone and chill, or no preference?
I'm gonna do top 10% for Mr. Sinister is a really good character. I might shoot for top 1500. Might. Just because he looks like such a strong character. But yeah, it depends on how lazy I get with it. But at least top 10%.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of nerfed it a bit with the clone. But
They explained something about the clone that made it not quite as good as what we were thinking. But I still think he's much stronger. People are kind of downplaying him now since we found that out. But I still think he's going to be super strong.
yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I also plan on being in the top 10% because it's typically not far past milestones.
Yeah.
To do that, so that's not a horrible problem there. 25 people, 25 respondents also said top 10%. 10 said milestone and chill. 2 said the top 100, and 3 said the top 1500. We did have a question in the grab bag related to that question, asking if the Mr. Sinister Blitz was missing answers. I would have chosen 11 to 25%. 11 to 25% is basically milestone and chill.
Yeah.
I mean that's why I didn't include that there, because milestone and chill is right around 1 million points, which is typically going to be in that 25% range.
Right.
So, that was it for the survey for the week. Thanks to everybody that participated. We will come back to the survey for the grab bag a little bit later on. If you didn't get a chance to do the survey and you're in the studio audience, just jump into the grab bag. Or, as I said earlier, if you want to ask us your question live, just let us know in the call-in request line what you want to ask about, and we will throw you on the air. All right, Hebrew. Let's jump into the news of the week. So. Today was update day, so we did get a dev blog. I mean, can we really call them dev blogs anymore?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Dev blog and video.
Well, we did get the video, so we got a new strike time.
Or no, they're vlogs. That's what they are.
Yeah, I guess. So we did get the strike time video with Cerebro and focusing on what's his name, Mr. Sinister.
Yes.
But which was nice. But I mean, we've all kind of known what he's going to be able to do for a little while now. Of more interest to me is the dev interviews, and in this dev interview, they talked about Alliance War and that they were going to be updating Alliance War. And what they're going to be doing for the updates is they're going to be allowing you to do two things. One I really, really, really like. One I really, really, really hate. So the thing that I really, really, really like is that in Alliance War now, typically you have to wait for the enemy to open a room before you can apply a boost to it, which meant that you had to kind of be on, right, watching, and you know, I don't know the layout of all the rooms of everybody that is in my alliance, so you know, I don't know to be watching, you know, this specific room for, you know, room 5 to open up because that's where their Coulson is, and I want to make sure to boost it. Well, now you can apply boost to any team in any room at any time. So that is very nice. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good change. Well done, FoxNext. That is a great change. The other change that they're going to do that I'm not a huge fan of is that they are applying a timer to the battles now, so that when the attacker is done with a room, if they didn't clear the room, it will now have a timer before another attacker can go in there. And the purpose of that really is to stop hey, I'm just sitting here and I'm just going to keep tapping where the button will appear so that I can get in before the next person. Right. So it will help with like button clickers and spammers in that regard. But the timer is going to be probably in the range of 10 to 20 seconds. And I feel like it's just one of those things where you're sitting staring at your phone, and you're going to be going, well, I've got 7 minutes, and I'm going to stare at my phone for 7 minutes for this fight to finish.
Yeah, no, that's the unfortunate part. I think that it ends up kind of balancing out, you know, just with the fact of they took away some of the having to monitor it at the beginning, but then they just added this, like, great, now every, you know, little bit I have to come back in and I have to keep my eyes glued on the screen for that fight to end.
Yeah.
So.
And it's honestly, you know, Elite put in here, you know, great, I get to spend more boosts. Well, I think that's kind of the point. You know, they want you spending the boost because you got to spend, you know, your blitz credits to get more boosts, which means you got to blitz more, and it's just, it's insane. I'm not applauding. So Elite replies, FoxNext are masters at making things more pay to win, and people applauded. I'm not applauding. I mean, do I like the fact that that I can apply boosts where I want? Yeah, I think that's great. And Forsaken back me up here. Our alliance is a 2 boost minimum alliance, so I've only got to do 2 a fight. And now I can just drop my 2 boosts and not worry about it going forward.
I'm a fan of anything that requires me to put in less time than I already do.
And I feel that does that.
Yeah, exactly. So the beginning part, I like. The second part, I don't, because it requires me to watch more. First part, I do like, because it requires me to watch less. So,
yeah,
plain and simple for me.
Yeah, I've been talking to a couple of the other envoys, and I think the feeling's kind of split on it. You know, on the timer. You know, because if you're hyper aggressive in war, you're gonna love that timer. If you're more casual in war, you're just kind of like, meh, now I got to sit and watch. And, you know, it's basically encouraging you to boost by saying, oh, hey, you've got 20 seconds after a fight to get in and boost. You should be boosting. No. I mean, community. Boo. Do away with boosts. FoxNext. You want more boosts? Here you go. So
yeah, they hand you more opportunities to boost. Yeah,
Yeah, community. I said this earlier in the patron chat. Community gives feedback, and Fox Next responds with a double middle finger. So they give you both barrels.
That's right.
So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see as time goes. I could be wrong. I'm not afraid to admit when I am wrong. I don't think I'm going to be wrong though.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
So there was a bit of a snafu earlier this week for anybody that was opening like Red Star orbs, especially like the Elite Four and the Elite Five. If you got a Hela, you got one red star. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And if you got a standard orb, you don't know what that was supposed to be. They all were basically dropping at one star. So maybe Fox Next gave you the right thing, maybe not. And I felt that their response to this was subpar.
Yeah, I would agree.
I
I wasn't expecting anything other than that, though.
Right. But I think the whole, well, we've identified it, so you can expect your compensation. You got to click on it to get it. But we're not going to really fix it. So whatever. And then they didn't even bother saying they were going to do anything until shortly after the offers were over to like get Hela. And I'm like, this is just, man, that's ridiculous. It was just so bad. So bad.
Yeah, the way they handle things is never really how I want it to be. Or I should say rarely. They have surprised me on one or two occasions.
Yeah, so here's a great one with Valeyard. I opened an Elite Four orb that dropped a one red star Hela, but support tells me it didn't happen to me, even with screenshots. Well, no, why would they believe you? You only have photographic evidence that's doctored, Valeyard. That is obviously doctored. I apologize. I'm actually drinking during the show some water, so okay, there will be no okay boomers in this show. Actually, I take it as okay boomer. What? Yeah, you're welcome. That is ridiculous.
I'm glad you're entertaining yourself.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, Valeyard dropped, and I mean, you can tell that could be a 5 in the back there, Valeyard. That number, I'm looking at that Photoshop that you did. That looks like a 5. Because 4 and 5 dropped the same number. So
yeah, that makes a whole bunch of sense.
That honestly does look like a 5 back there.
Let me take a closer look.
Yeah, open it up and zoom in. I mean, it looks too thin for
that.
A
Actually
4.
Does. No, yeah. Hold on a second. I'm gonna really get in on this.
That looks. I mean, I'm opening it up on the surface. I don't know. It looks awfully straight. That could be a 1 though. They just got the background wrong. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's just so bad. I mean,
the fact that we're having to do this right now, exactly, is like telling enough.
Ugh, no resources to invest. Yeah, welcome to my Coulson world. Welcome to my Coulson world. So yeah, that's kind of Fox Next fantastic response to that one. There was a little bit of an issue this week where people are finally starting to realize that they archive a lot of their older pages on their website. So they're like, yeah, we're redoing our website, so you should be able to find them more easily this week. I don't think so. I'm looking through.
Yeah.
Nope, still goes back to April 25, 2019. And for those of you wondering, the Alliance War changes for the boost should appear in the next update. Subject to change. So we'll see what happens there. By the way, Valiard, I love your icon, your avatar. Anybody that can use a TARDIS is man, that's all right here. That's all right. I'm a big Doctor Who fan, but the question becomes, who's your favorite Doctor Who?
Talking to me or him?
I'm talking to anybody.
Oh, okay. I actually ironically started watching Doctor Who a bit. I want to say 3 months ago, and I am now on to the best Doctor, which is, I forgot his real actor name, but it's the one that played Kilgrave.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think he's universally seen as the best Doctor.
He is great. Now Tressel or Valiard said the fourth, who is Tom Baker, and Valiard's not wrong. Although
I really liked the first one a lot, honestly.
wait.
Scratch that. First one from the reboot.
Okay, so
First one
so
from the
yeah,
reboot.
so you got to say the 2005 version,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
So
And that's
sorry.
Christopher Eccleston.
I'm still learning how to navigate the world of the Doctor Who because for a while I didn't even know that there was like a version that this was a reboot. Basically, I thought that.
No, it's not a
I didn't know
reboot.
about
No, there's no reboot.
Well, sorry, not a reboot, but you know what I mean, like a continuation, but they took a long break in between
Oh yeah, like 20
the end
some
of that
years.
one to the beginning of this one.
Although they did do a
Exactly.
movie, and David Tennant is the name you're thinking of, by the way.
David Tennant, yeah.
And so the Eighth Doctor was actually the Doctor from the movie, and he, they actually call Paul McGann the Eighth Doctor. Yeah, that should be right from the movie, right?
I don't know, that's for sure.
Well, now I gotta look this up because I thought he was supposed to be the Eighth Doctor. There was a Doctor Who movie that didn't do much.
There's been a couple
much
of
anything.
Doctor Who movies now, right?
Uh,
I think there's like I saw like a YouTube video once I started watching it, and I think there's like 4 Doctor Who movies.
yeah, this I guess it was a made-for-TV movie. I thought it was an actual
Yeah.
release, but yeah, okay. Anyway, we're on a huge tangent now.
Yeah, that is a big derail.
So, um, but so there's your Doctor. Look, we should do a Doctor Who podcast. That would be fantastic.
I'm not knowledgeable enough to do a Doctor Who podcast.
Man,
Maybe
I
after I finish the
love Doctor Who.
series.
I'm gonna have to throw this one out there, and I'm gonna have to see what sticks. Let's see if I can't
Sure.
find time. It might be a small one, 20, 30 minutes. But yeah, man, Doctor Who's just awesome. Moving on. Boy, I can't think of any other real big issues from this past week. Can you? Have you been?
No.
Have you been focused enough?
Yeah, but from what I recall, I don't think that there's anything like too crazy that happened.
No, I mean we had. So, what'd you think of the sugar orbs and stuff?
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan.
I wasn't a fan either. That
Yeah.
actually did happen this past week because that started like Friday. So,
Yeah.
I thought the combos were really, really weird, especially given the fact that we were doing beta and gamma raids that are trait locked. So it's like I can't even use these people, or not everybody in my alliance is going to be able to jump into nodes to use these people.
Yeah.
And so we actually dropped down to like Ultima 6 for the week, just so we could crush those sugar crush orbs.
Yeah.
So I mean, which kind of sucked too because
Then you're missing out on some of the other rewards.
you're missing out on the Alt 7 rewards. And my problem was I've forgotten what I was doing on Alt 7 because I had a system down. And like I share a lane, I share a partial lane in Alt 7 with Forsaken, and I forget who I was running there because I think I was running AIM, a partial AIM Ultron team, Aimtron. Yeah, I was running Aimtron.
Right.
So not gonna remember what I was doing there because you had to create save squads for your special squads for the Sugar Crash. So, and we, for some reason only get so many. But hey, for $9.99 you can buy 5 more.
There you go.
So I can't believe they were going to do that. Sorry, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
What do we got?
I think Hella is next.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was there anything else that happened? I mean, obviously we missed last week, but I don't want to go back
There wasn't
too
anything.
far.
Yeah, there wasn't anything huge, anyways. There.
Yeah, nothing really big going on that I can think of. So, all right. Yeah, so let's talk about Hella. So we've got Hella going on in the Blitz right now. And so, guys, I got some great news for you. So everybody's complained. We complained back in July that we were so locked in on who we needed to get Phoenix, right? So you needed a villain mystic controller. We now have a 7th villain mystic controller in Hella. So if you can get her 7 stars before Phoenix comes back, you're a whale.
Yep.
So yeah, she's a villain mystic cosmic controller as Guardian. Her basic Black Blade will attack primary for 300% damage plus flip 1 death proof. She will attack the most damaged enemy for 100% piercing and ignore taunt. Her second ability is Command Undead. She will attack the primary target for 350% damage and apply Disrupted for 2 turns. And then she gains an assist from an undead Asgardian. And I can't spell Asgardian. Asgardian. Anyway.
Asgard.
Her ultimate, we're just going to call him Greg. Her ultimate is called Death Knives. And this one is a pretty fantastic ability here. So clear 3 death proof from all enemies. Gain plus 5,000% extra focus for this action. Attack all enemies for 350% damage. Spread 4 negative effects from the primary target to all secondary targets, but it will not spread stun. And then apply 2 regen to all non-summoned Asgardian allies. That's kind of a phenomenal ability.
Oh, yeah.
And then her passive is Goddess of Death. So on spawn, summon Undead Asgardian. On Undead Asgardian Death, summon an Undead Asgardian. On turn, heal self for 5% of max health, plus 5% of max health per non-summoned Asgardian ally. And then on War Defense, on a non-summoned Asgardian ally's death, summon an Undead Asgardian. Gain 25% damage, and then Asgardian allies gain 25% damage. So, Hebrew, reading through her kit, what do you think?
I think she's spectacular. I think that she's really, really good. I think she's really cool. My biggest thing about her is really not her so much as just the team that they have for our Asgardians right now. So, but either way, she's very slottable. So, not really, because the whole thing is her summons, which really are based on the Asgardian deaths and stuff like that. So
yeah, but there's only 2 other Asgardians right now. So I mean, you're looking at 2 summons.
I know, which is why it makes me even a little more upset that they only have 3 in there right now, because that's a big part of her kit, and that'll change her dramatically whenever you have more Asgardians on her team.
Yeah, well, but that only happens on War Defense, though.
Well, that's but that's still important.
Yeah, well, yes. I hate on War Defense and I hate on War Offense. So, I kind of ignore those parts of kits because War is not the only game mode.
Yeah, I know, but it's definitely where they obviously are trying to push her.
Yeah, that's very true. That's where they're trying to push everybody. So.
Yeah, usually offense or defense, but yeah, right now especially defense, but always war related, it seems like now.
Yes,
for sure.
It is definitely always war related. And so I'm thinking just a quick theory craft. Man, throw Venom and Carnage on that team.
Yeah, that'd be good to fill the slots. Venom especially would be really nice. Um, yeah, I like that setup.
Yeah, because she's going to spread all the negative effects around with her ultimate. So you can just wind up throwing bleeds all over the place.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm also looking at right now just to kind of compare her um, base damage stat because I heard she hits really hard
Oh, that's
for a
what I didn't
controller.
do. I didn't look at
So
that.
I'm looking at that right now. So damage, so we have about 13k for Star Lord. So you stay on Hela. I have a few other characters pulled up real quick.
All right, I'm on Hella now. Are we looking at full red stars or no red
We'll
stars?
just we'll just do full red stars because
Full red
it
stars.
just all
Okay.
we're looking for is a comparison of less or
Okay.
more. So right now I'm looking at Star Lord,
Okay.
and his damage is 13.5k.
Okay.
So what does she have?
20.
20, so a good bit higher.
Yes.
Okay. And then next, oh, sorry, my headset fell out. Next we have Loki sitting at 14.8k. So she still is much higher than that. And then I have Mystique here at 14.8k damage.
Man,
So
but
she
Mystique
has,
feels like she hits like a wet noodle.
she really does.
Man,
But
you
yeah,
said she's at 14k damage. I'm like, man, that doesn't
that
seem
seems
right.
high. Yeah.
That does not
Is
seem
there who
right.
is there any other specific controller that you want me to compare against?
Specific controller?
Yeah, or
Ronan?
someone else in the tag. Ronan. Okay, that's fair. Hold on.
So I know
Let's see.
Ronan hits pretty good.
Yeah, Ronan does hit pretty hard. All right. So for Ronan, his damage is 16k.
Okay.
So yeah, so by comparison, on average, she's hitting a good bit harder than most other controllers.
Yeah, that's very true. Now the question is, do those numbers also include the plus 25% start tech? Because if it doesn't, that does change the numbers quite a bit.
Well, they're all on, yeah, so they're all on 25%, including,
Okay.
I'm sure you had Hella on it too, because
Yes, I
that's the
did
auto
have Hella
default.
on there. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure because that 25% without it, she drops to like 16k.
Yeah, this is with it auto defaults to the 25%. Like basically everything to the max is what it defaults with. So I didn't change it from any of that. So
Man,
um, yeah, comparatively, she does hit like a hammer.
man, she does hit really really
And
hard.
keep in mind, like those, like her ult especially, like that's an AOE ult that hits everyone for a healthy percentage, especially for an AOE ability.
Mm.
So I would say that she's very, very good to have on a team.
Where
I
does
would say
where
she's
does
top tier.
Mordo where does Mordo sit?
Mordo's not high. There's no way.
Yeah, he's only 13k.
Yeah.
His utility's all in his debuffs.
Yeah, great character, but
Oh, he is
it's like
absolutely fantastic. That's why
yeah.
do I have him T13 yet?
Yeah, I'm trying to look to see if there's any really other hard-hitting controllers that we can compare him to. Jessica Jones hits pretty hard.
Jessica does hit pretty hard.
Let me see what Jessica's got. And then I'm also going to pull up Venom too,
No,
because
no, he's
Venom
only
hits
at
well.
tier 10. I've got the materials to take him to T13. I just got to get him there. By the way,
Okay.
for anybody that if you have not T13 Luke Cage yet and you're going to do it, he does not use gold gear in tier 12.
Oh, wow.
He two pieces. He's got two pieces of gold gear that he uses in tier 12. Because I was like,
Oh,
I got him from tier 11. I was like, I dropped the last piece on there. I'm like, man, I've been banking a lot of tier 12 stuff. I go in to drop in, two slots were green, and I'm like, what is this junk?
yeah.
Four
So
purple pieces of gear.
so for damage for Venom, I actually thought that he hit harder than this, but I guess not. He feels like he does, but he only hits for 14k.
Wow. I
Yeah,
think
that
it's
seems low,
I think it's
but
is it does he get bonuses from the bleeds? I know Carnage does.
I don't think so. But Jessica Jones, hers is 17k, 16.9, basically 17k.
Right.
So I think it's pretty safe to say that she has the highest.
Man.
So by a healthy degree, it seems like.
That is pretty healthy. Hold on a second here. It seemed like you were doing that awfully the hard way around. Scarlet Witch is the second hardest hitting controller.
That's surprising.
She hits harder than Phoenix.
Okay.
Phoenix is 18K.
Okay.
Oh, this is some BS. Do you know who the fifth hardest hitting controller is? Just controller.
Who?
Hand Assassin.
Oh God.
At 18K.
Wow. All right.
So Hela is number one at 20 almost 21K. Scarlet Witch is like 19.5. Storm is 18.5. Phoenix is 18.5. Hand Assassin is 18.5. I'm rounding, by the way. Magneto's like at 1800, and yeah, like you said, Jessica's at 17.5.
It's weird. In a bubble, if I didn't have their stats, I would feel like I'd say Jessica hit the hardest out of all of them.
Yeah,
like the feeling. But I guess I'm wrong.
Graviton, but a lot of his.
Oh
is
yeah,
the,
that's true.
Debuff
based one.
The debuff based one. That is. I know we're segueing a little bit, and I apologize, but that is so much fun. When
it really is.
like I put him on there's a bunch of debuffs over there, and I'm just gonna throw a basic at you and hit for like 190K.
Yeah. Graviton's such a good character. They did such a good job on him.
He's probably one of the best all-around characters that they've done because you don't have to run him with aim.
Exactly.
Just as long as he's in a debuff team, he's going to do a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. I have not been like I couldn't have imagined him being better than what he is. He's like perfect.
You know, it's funny for those of you that play Galaxy of Heroes. He almost feels like a Thrawn type of character. He's very plug and play on any debuff team.
Right.
And honestly, you could throw him in anywhere because he's going to open the very first round. He's going to open with a stun.
Yeah.
That's why he's on my arena team.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I run him. I don't run a tank on arena offense. He's on my arena offense team, and they do some work. I just did my second arena fight. I disrupted Ultron, and I hit auto, and this was like a 300K Magneto. I take that back. I didn't hit auto because I saw they only had Magneto, and I knew Magneto was going to go after my Phoenix, so I held off on doing the stealth.
Yeah. Also, as the Undead Asgardian actually hits pretty well too, about 15K power.
Yeah.
So it's also pretty nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, all in all, very, very good character. I really like her kit, and I'm going to be really excited whenever they release the rest of the Asgardians, because like I said, at least on more defense, that will really amp her character up even more because you're going to be able to have more of those summons out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very good stuff there. They did a good job with her.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, their character designers seem to be doing a fantastic job. You know, I mean, it's funny when Cerebro was talking about Mr. Sinister in the strike time. He's like, guys, you forgot the kitchen sink, and I'm like, yeah, they need to chill out with these huge abilities, especially for like non-legendary characters.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I thought it was actually like not funny whenever he said that, because I was like, no, yeah, for real though. Like,
right?
Tell them stop doing that.
For me, that's what made it funny was the irony of the fact that it was true.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, okay, so you guys know it's a problem, so fucking fix it. But yeah, but I guess now like the problem is that there's so many characters that have those that aren't legendaries or anything like that, that if you start making characters that don't have those ridiculous amounts of passives, then they're going to be underpowered.
Yeah, they really are.
So now everyone's going to have them, which is another reason why all the older champions are, because passives are, one of the biggest things that attribute, good stuff to the character. And all of the old characters now. Like they're kind of phased out for a reason. Their kits just aren't as good. They don't hold up.
No, they
So
don't.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to everybody's favorite segment. And no, it's not the who you farming. It's the grab bag. So, Heber,
Mm-hmm.
we've only got a few questions in here tonight. So, let's see. Oh, we gotta open up with the dad joke. What kind of
Okay.
cheese is not yours?
What kind?
Nacho cheese.
All right, good. All right, solid.
I remember the first time I heard. I want to say one of the first times I heard that was on Hannah Montana.
You watch Hannah Montana?
I have a daughter.
Sure.
Now look, I'll look for Hannah Montana. I'll fully claim that I only watch that because my daughter. But there are other shows that like she watched that I truly enjoyed watching, and I did not need to have her around to enjoy watching those.
Yeah, I think that there are some that inevitably have that happen. Like, um, yeah, I think that I'm trying to remember.
Are you
I
going
want
to
to
admit
say,
your? Are you going to admit one of your guilty pleasures?
well, no, I was gonna say I think my dad like because I used to watch SpongeBob a lot whenever I was younger. Hell, I still watch SpongeBob. SpongeBob's great. But I think my dad, I remember at one point he made a remark whenever I was watching SpongeBob and he was in the room, and he was like, "You know what? There's actually a surprising bit of clever humor in SpongeBob." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, thanks, Dad." And then that's it.
For me, I know it's going to sound weird because there's this really odd subculture around it,
Mhm.
but I truly enjoyed the first few seasons of My Little Pony. The
What?
new one. Oh yeah, it's actually it's really well. It's amazingly well done. You know, you
You're a
kind of think
brony?
it's going to be this kind of stupid story and all that, but it's
Mhm.
really got this episodic storyline to it, and I'm all about storyline. And
Yeah.
it was really good till like the last couple of seasons. We stopped watching. It was just like meh.
Yeah, you know what? Like, obviously, there's some merit to this because there is an entire community that revolves around this. So I have to say, like, obviously, there's some merit to what you're
Now,
saying.
I am not a
A brony.
as Flip put it here. I am not a brony. You know, I'm not one of those weirdos that dresses up and has a kind of. I think there's that weird sexual thing about it.
I think that that's probably like not as common as people
You
push
think?
it to be. I don't know. All I know is that I used to work with a guy who, at my last job, who was a brony, and he was honestly he's an interesting guy. Like, but
Quote unquote.
I was gonna say he's a cool guy, but I don't know if I'd say like super cool guy. But he was like an interesting guy to talk to. He was very nice. But yeah, I mean like he decked his desk out in like My Little Pony stuff, and he was for sure a brony. So he was an interesting dude.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't think that there's like I don't think the sexual fetish stuff is as common as people say in that community.
You don't
But
think
I'm not
so?
sure. I mean, he could have been lying to me. He said it wasn't,
Maybe.
but
I don't know,
he
but
could have been lying. I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know how did we end up here? What what are we doing?
Okay, so follow the train of thought. I made a dad
Yeah.
joke, which led to Hannah Montana, which led to me having a daughter, and then talking about guilty pleasure cartoons.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get off this and just go back to where we're supposed to be.
Um, okay, so when do you think we will get a Red Skull and a Hydra rework? I thought that would have been a great Halloween event.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with what they did because we got Ghost Rider, and I think that that's a better Halloween gift
I
than
agree.
Red Skull is, and I think that would have been a little too redundant if we got Red Skull as well. But that being said, I certainly get the theme that you're poking at there. But yeah, I think we'll. I mean, it sounds like we we'll potentially be getting it in December or maybe like a little bit later. But yeah, it sounds like it might be coming soon due to some
I feel like
leaks.
if we get a Red Skull and a Hydra rework, we kind of need a Captain America rework and Bucky.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point. Like we should.
So,
I would agree with that.
um, yeah, and I think you can't. We just got an AIM rework. You can't throw like Red Skull and Hydra like right on the heels of that because people are still kind of focusing on their AIM reworks.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, so yeah. Hebrew, what teams are you using in Alt 7?
In Alt 7, I mean the Tech Wing team is what I've been mostly trying to go for since um, I think it was Chew and Pika I think that came out with it first because they put out a graphic about it. I know it's sad because like
Yeah, I think
I'm
I can't
in
remember if it was Chew and Pika or was it. I know Wolverthor had that team as well that he was talking about, but I think his might have been a little bit different.
yeah I'm not 100% sure but I think that it was yeah I think that it was like that.
Yeah,
But
look,
yeah,
it was one of those two guys. Both are great content creators. So
I want to say, and I'm not just saying it because I'm involved in A&R, but like I'm pretty sure that it was Pika and Chew first. But regardless, doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, yeah, Tech Wing for me at least seems to work the best to get me through it. So yeah,
you know what I think you know what I think happened. I think Chew and Pika may have come up with that, but Wolver recorded it because Chew was moving. So
maybe.
Wolver released it first as a video content, but it was really kind of Chew's team.
Yeah, maybe that was the case.
So
I
that might
don't
be
I
why
don't
I was
remember
confused
enough.
on that.
Yeah, but yeah. So it's pretty accessible. The characters have all been around now for a while. The only like difficult one is Ultron for the most part. So
Yeah.
and Shuri,
Who
I
else? Who else?
suppose.
Yeah, Sherry. I was gonna say because
Yeah, it's
I
it's
want to run that
Minerva.
team, but my Falcons crap.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, you don't need him to be like super hot, but yeah, Minerva, Scientist Supreme, Falcon, Ultron, and Shuri.
Let's see. Where is my Falcon? He's in my favorites list. I mean, he's 4-star, two
Yeah, then that's fine.
red.
How many stars is he? Oh, I'm sorry. He's 4 stars and 2 red. You said?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not terrible. Yeah.
Come on, dude. That's pretty bad.
I'm trying not to make you feel like shit.
Well, he just became farmable, so and he is
Yeah,
a
it's fair.
daily farm, and he's almost 5-star.
Yeah,
I need to jump on and farm his red stars.
yeah, yeah. Right.
Yeah. So for me, I actually run a couple of different teams because I didn't have Sherry, and I didn't have a Invisible Woman who is the other. I think they call it the Femme Fatale team or something.
Yeah.
I don't have unfortunately either of those. I finally got Sherry, but Colson, so no resources, no resources. Um, so I run I run different teams depending on what nodes I'm on. So like the first two nodes, I run an Aimtron team, which is Scientist Supreme, Aim Assaulter, Ultron, Graviton, and Researcher.
Hmm.
And that team actually does really good.
Yeah. AIM did do better. Well, no, actually, they performed about as good as I thought because I thought they were going to be at least decent. And so, yeah.
Um, and then after the first boss node, I can usually one shot the first two nodes. Then I get to the Psylocke node because I'm in the far left lane. When we get to the Psylocke node, I think I switched to a Guardians team or kind of a more Guardians heavy team,
Hmm.
and can almost one shot that because you do not want to take in a debuff heavy team into that node
Yeah.
because Psylocke will ruin your day.
Yeah.
So I made the mistake of trying it with aim one. So I'm like, I'll just flip them or I get extra energy. No, she just crushed. So, um, you know what? I need to throw. It reminds me, I need to throw a T4 onto Monstrosities special. Huh. Um, let's see. All right. Next question is, after not blitzing for 1500 for so long, now the blitz characters are back. It's very hard to want to do it. I agree with that. I can see where you're coming from. I'd never blitzed hard in the first place, so I would never push myself for 1500.
I used to, and I would say, yeah, it's really hard to want to do it now, obviously.
Let's see. Getting burnt out on the game. War takes too much time. Blitz sucks, so I blitz and chill. I do like raids, even like U7 doing Tech Wing came along. How I wish Wars was just twice a week, or it wouldn't hurt my alliance if I didn't participate.
You are preaching to the choir.
Yeah, brother, I feel you. A lot of people are getting burnt out on the game for very obviously good reasons. So, yeah. Let's see. Dorian, would you like to see leadership traits brought into MSF similar to the ones in Dragon Champions and Galaxy of Heroes? So they kind of are here without being here. I mean, the passives are typically basically your quote-unquote leadership abilities because, they'll do certain things when paired with other characters. So, honestly, I know they say they don't have leadership abilities, but they kind of do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Arnold Schwarzenegger gets cast into the MCU. Who is he playing?
I gotta say, he would have made a great Colossus.
Too old.
Who cares?
Way too old.
I don't. If they gave me a choice right now and was like the guy that currently plays Colossus or Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'd be like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I honestly think he would have been better as Cable. Josh Brolin did a great job. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been a great Cable because, basically the Terminator.
I think Josh Brolin is just a little too short to play Cable.
Right. I think Schwarzenegger would have been a better Cable.
Yeah, no. I don't think that I would have picked him to play Cable, but I'm just as a separate thing. I'm not a huge fan of Josh Brolin as Cable, or they should have put him on some like I don't know what people use in their shoes or something, but something to make him appear taller, because it was a little weird at the end there where he was just like very small compared to Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. So
he just all of a sudden wasn't as intimidating because they made him look like a real badass in the thing. But yeah, I'm not sure who else he would be good as, just because like moving forward, knowing that everyone is already casted as they are. I don't know the MCU well enough to know who else he would fit well. Do you know someone?
Trying to think. I mean,
just some big bruisers. All I'm thinking. Like, I don't know who else is in that realm of big bruisers, but
he could probably do Galactus.
He'd be a pretty cool Galactus.
I don't think I would be upset by that.
Honestly, he wouldn't upset me if he played anyone. Like, I would love to see him in there. By the way, if anyone's seen Terminator, the new Terminator, actually was pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised, but his character that he plays in that is really funny. So, yeah, you should see it if you haven't already.
Yeah, I probably will when it comes to TV.
When it comes to TV?
Yeah, I've been disappointed. Look, once Terminator 2 came out, every Terminator since Terminator 2 has been garbage.
I will agree with that 100%. Like 1 and 2 were the heydays. You aren't gonna. I think this is the best one since, by a good degree, because all the other ones were garbage.
I heard it was really woke gold though.
There was a touch of that. Okay. There was this one part where I'm not gonna say too much, but yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be for the ladies right here in a second. But yeah, other than that, though, it was okay. Like, it was fun.
Well, good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
I do want to see it. I love Terminator, and I miss the fact that they had Linda Hamilton. Missed her from a few, but
yeah, she did a really good job in this one, actually.
Good, that's awesome.
She's looking like she's taking a lot of drugs, like a lot of drugs. I gotta be honest.
Let's see. I get a lot of seasoned players asking to help them with their daily grind. What can you share with us about what you prioritize and how your day in the game unfolds? Does the day end?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. It's a nonstop cycle.
Let's see. Do you prefer to do your daily milestones first, then move into Blitz and Arena? What about days where you're also on War? Lastly, what rules do you have in place that helps with keeping everyone accountable with their daily grind?
I mean, for me personally, I don't even think like I'm such a unique little snowflake that like I just kind of do it as it comes to me to remember to do it. Like, so I really don't think I have like a set order in which I do things. I just do everything that I need to do in the day whenever I get the time to do it. I don't think I do anything in a specific order other than like, like hitting my rate early and then, for energy refreshes and stuff like that. But that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, hitting rate early and often is going to be a good thing. I actually do kind of have a pattern that I follow. I will start with um, doing so. I start with the hero campaign, and I do Amos Alter every day, first thing, and I
Hmm.
basically auto his node because that completes the do a hero campaign, which gives you the bonus. Uh, uh, Tickets to get basically free energy.
Hmm.
So once I do that, I collect that daily or I collect that challenge. Then I go in and I buy my energy for the day. So I'll do my 4 refreshes, and hopefully I have that one free one. So I'm only spending 150 cores instead of the 200 cores. And then once I'm done with that, I will basically walk down the line of my favorited characters, doing my shard purchases. Typically, we'll start with AIM Security because she fulfills the villain uh, requirement, and then I'll do all the others that I can that are farmable. Um, then if I have any excess, I'll like work on gear. Um, the supply store I'll do it almost any time. Blitz I just kind of do whenever because it's just two there. Arena, I I'm kind of floating in a delicate spot in arena right now, right around the 150-200 range. Um, so I just don't really care about arena. It's not
Yeah.
worth because trying to climb higher is just a nightmare.
Yeah. So
Um,
as long as you at least kind of hold, you're good.
yeah, so I don't drop. I try not to drop below 250, so I'll check it because I need the cores. I'd love to constantly stay above 100, and I did for a while, but now everybody and their brother has Ultron and Phoenix, so it's
Yeah.
just going to get worse here in a couple of weeks. Um, so yeah, and then I'll hit my raids and make sure to do that. The one of the things that I always do is I wait to do the milestone in the evening after reset,
Hmm.
like after the alliance. So after the donation payout, I go in and I donate for the next day, so that way I don't have to worry about it. Um, it's just weird because I like doing it that way. I won't go into full details, but um, I typically prioritize my character farms and gear, especially since we're all trying to get to 75.
Yeah.
So, um, let's see. Why are our alliances so cutthroat with war? It's like you can't have one bad battle without fear of getting booted. Not fun at all. I
I
would
mean,
tell you that you're looking at the wrong alliances, man.
yeah, I mean, there are a lot of. It's unfortunate that, like, if you want to be a competitive player, you are going to have to be in those kinds of alliances for the most part. And the reason why is because, unfortunately, like as Dorian said even earlier, like winning those is like the best payout that you can get in the game right now currently. So, everyone that is, investing in the game always wants to see that progress. So you get on, alliances that constantly want to win, so it gets cutthroat. Uh, that being said, yeah, there's tons of alliances. The mass majority of alliances don't care too much about alliance war, but you have to be able to sacrifice going to a less competitive alliance
Yeah,
or an alliance that will carry your ass. So,
yeah,
um,
you're not wrong.
yeah, so I'm in one right now. So, but yeah, so I think that regardless, like you kind of have to value that yourself, because I was in a hyper competitive alliance for a while, and once that grind really gets to you, it'll hit you hard. And I gotta say, leaving and going to an alliance that kind of carries me and is less competitive in general really, really helped that out. So I would recommend looking into that a bit.
Yeah. Let's see. Would Hebrew get into a tub full of roaches if his prize was 2 7 red stars of his choice?
Lol, no. You could offer me a fully unlocked account, and I would not do it at all.
I feel like that's a Raffle Stomp question.
Yeah, like you're looking at the largest quantity of money that you've ever seen. It would take me to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you on that one. Oh, this would be interesting. Can we get an opposing views segment with Hebrew on one side and Angry Dorian on the other? I feel like that came from Valley.
I feel like we already have. You're probably right, and I feel like if you listen back long enough, I feel like you're going to find those anyways. But yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
Maybe.
Let's see. What are your holiday plans? I wonder if do they mean for the show or for us personally?
I imagine they mean us personally, because it's not like we would change too much for the show.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a couple of weeks we're gonna take off.
Yeah.
Because Christmas, but what are your plans for the holidays?
My plans are, well, okay. So right now we're potentially going to Hawaii for Christmas, because we have family over there. So we might do that. We also might just celebrate Christmas over here at my parents' house. So everyone usually comes over. So we have a pretty big family. So that happens. And then we might go, it sounds like we also might go to Hanukkah over with my family in New Jersey.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Very nice.
So I'm lucky enough to be able to get double vacations. So
fantastic. So I'm basically taking 2 weeks off of work, because of the way our holiday schedule falls. So we get off Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and we get off New Year's Day. So the day before a holiday for us is a leave early day, so we only have to work like 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I have enough time banked up, and since the 24th and 25th fall on a Wednesday, Thursday this year, I only have to take 2.5 days to get a full week, which means I only have to take like 5 days to get roughly 2 weeks off, week and a half.
Right.
So I usually try to bank up for that, and we are going to family. We're going to go visit my dad and my wife's mom, and then we're going to go visit my mom.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah. So let's see. Red Star Orbs pull, get duplicates, lot trouble. Yeah, okay. Let's see. No Moon Knight in MSF yet. What's the deal? The deal is, I don't know, man. I got no answer. I really got no answer for you.
Yeah, I wish he was here, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll get him on like the next lunar eclipse or something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe.
But that's not coming for a bit. So.
Let's see. When is the next lunar eclipse? July 2020.
July 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bit away.
So yeah, it's a little bit.
But even then, like, I doubt that they'll, plan it together with that. That'd be pretty cool, but not something that they do.
Yeah. Sorry, I just sent Hebrew an animated GIF that I enjoy.
Isn't it nice whenever our political alliances collide for something?
Yes, it is awesome. It is good stuff.
We're on so opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah, there's a few things that we can always agree on.
And what's funny is I really don't think we are. You're just not aware of it yet.
No, that's not true in the slightest bit. It's the different. We are socially for the most part very different.
Yeah, but I keep you'll grow up. It'll be okay.
And even fiscal were also very different too. We had an argument about that the other day.
Kinda. I mean, I'd love to carry on that argument at some point. I'm just not feeling up for it. So that was the last question we had there. Let me make sure that we don't have anything in our grab bag. There's nothing in the patron grab bag. And let's see. There was a question from a few days ago from Cybershark. I knew I saw one somewhere. So Cybershark actually has two here. Do good U17s work as well or better than Men Guardians in U6? So, for example, do teams with Shuri, Scientist, Invisible Woman, etc. that work well in U7 also work well in U6? I've honestly not tried, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, same.
I wish I could tell you yes or no. Maybe somebody in the audience has tried it and can give you that information, but I've not tried it. I just run Men Guardians and be done with it whenever we run U6. And then, so the next one and the last question of the day is, Dorian, are you as passionate about football as baseball? If so, what team and why? I used to be very passionate. So actually, I am very passionate about football, but I don't think it's the football you're talking about. Soccer, I'm pretty passionate about, not as passionate as baseball, but I do love soccer, and I actually follow Liverpool. So the Liverpool Reds is the team that I follow in soccer, though Nashville does have a soccer team now. So I feel like I kind of need to support that one. But for American football, I used to be pretty passionate about it. I growing up in, being from Cincinnati, growing up in Cincinnati, a Bengals fan, even for the 18 to 20 worst years ever in football. In fact, it breaks my heart a little bit that my oldest boy is a San Francisco 49ers fan. Because the only team to beat the Bengals twice in the Super Bowl. But since moving to Nashville, my sports passion has died a lot because the Titans. I do like the Predators, but I don't have TV anymore, and I can't get my sports stations, so it's not as much fun. And I've got so many things I do now that something's going to have to start giving at some point. So it's just the way it is. Something's going to give.
Mm-hmm.
So that is our grab bag for the evening, Hebrew. So I think we're going to get ready to wrap things up and get out of here. But before we go, why don't you let everybody know who you've been working on?
Yeah, so I'm definitely I'm going to be blitzing my ass off even more. Been a little lazy at the start of it, but doing that for Hella. And yeah, other than that, I'm still working on my aim team a little bit, but for the most part, I'm still holding my resources. I know people are probably like, it's never going to come, but I promise you, like, something has to be coming. Just looking at it factually, something has to be coming for a really, really strong raid team. So that's what I want.
I think they're banking on 75 being the quote unquote strong raid team.
I hope that that's not the case, but we'll see.
75 T14 is gonna be your strong raid team. But hey, you're holding resources, so good for you.
Yeah, it comes to that thing of I really think they do a lot of team-based stuff for modes, and the last raid one that they had didn't pan out, so I think that the next one's coming is going to be big. That being said, who knows for sure? I certainly don't, but I'm okay holding on to my resources, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I wish I'd held on to resources because Coulson. There was a question that came through in the chat that I think that we should ask and answer before next week, because Tuesday's coming quick.
Hmm.
Disney Plus thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely want it, just because I know some of the things that are coming down the pipeline for it. But um,
You don't have it?
no, I don't have it yet.
Do you have Verizon?
No.
Uh,
But regardless, though, I don't like what shows are they launching with that are going to be big.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian's one. Yeah, I know that one.
Boy, now you're gonna make. I didn't really care about anything else.
See, like the Mandalorian is the only one that I know of, and like I'm willing to like wait a little bit if I need to for the Mandalorian. If it was Obi, then that'd be different. I would totally go all in for Obi. But the Mandalorian, I'm not sure. Yeah, though I will say the trailer did look spectacular for it.
So it is gonna have every single Star Wars on there. It's gonna have almost
I
all
already have that.
Uh, almost all the Avengers. Um, let's see, some older titles: Three Men and a Baby, Three Musketeers, Swiss Family Robinson, Fantasia. Some TV shows. The animated X-Men TV shows from 2002 will be there.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, that might do it for me. Yeah.
I'm hoping Rebels is on there. If Rebels is not on there, I'm writing my congressman.
Rebel.
Obviously,
Yeah, that's a good one.
obviously the Mandalorian, High School Musical, the musical, the series.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, my daughter loves High School Musical, so let's see.
X-Men and Rebels, because I still haven't fully seen Rebels. I've only seen some episodes that I've like backdoored on YouTube, but yeah, I need to like watch that whole series. So yeah, I'll probably do it. X-Men especially.
It's really cheap. It's really, really, really cheap. So here's a link to The Verge from mid October that goes through like all the things that are going to be available on release. I'm not gonna run through it. I mean, like they got like the movies from the '60s. They got the movies
Got
from
the
the
Marvels on the front.
'70s. Here's their '80s. Herbie Goes Bananas. I mean, they got the original Tron, the original Tron.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, Willow's on here. I'm in. So those are all the movies. Jeez, my goodness, there's a ton. Haunted Mansion. They probably wish that one hadn't happened.
All that really matters is the old X-Men series and Rebels.
I haven't even gotten to the TV shows yet.
And Mandalorian.
Oh, we're in Disney Animation now. That didn't even include the Disney Animation. All the Disney, the Aristocrats are in here. I'm in.
That's what. So all right, let's not go through the whole book of what's going to be on there. But
I want to see the TV shows. Look, this is. I gotta know this. I gotta know if they're gonna have this show on here. So, Tron Uprising is gonna be in there. That's fantastic. You know what? I could probably just search and replace. Star Wars Rebels will be a launch title.
There we go.
Plus all the Clone Wars. Star Wars: The Clone Wars series.
Yeah, I had that on Netflix for a long time. I watched that through.
Yeah,
again.
and I think this is going to be where you're going to have to get the new series.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, it's just like I always knew I'm going to get Disney Plus, but it was just a matter of when, if it was only The Mandalorian that they had launching with it, because I do want to see The Mandalorian, but I'm willing to wait. It's not enough of a drive for me because it's not a Force Wheeler. So, but yeah, regardless, they have the animated X-Men series and Rebels. Yeah, I'm in.
All right. So, who else is it? Was that everybody you've been working on?
Yeah, that's everyone.
So me, I'm still working on all my aim. I'm trying to get Scientist Supreme to 7-star, Assaulter and Security to 7-star. I do have Scientist Supreme at tier 13 though. I just wish I had those red stars on her. That would be fantastic. But I'm working on Shocker and Falcon every day.
Right.
Huh?
I said right. Yeah.
I finished up Luke Cage and Vision, so they're not. Vision's still there because I can put gear on him. But otherwise, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on that. Obviously, cool. Coulson and Shuri.
Yeah.
So, all right. Hebrew, before we head out for the evening, was there anything else you wanted to say to everybody?
Just thanks for everyone showing up live to listen. We really appreciate it. Thank you for our 2 new patrons that pledged right before the show started. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, and thank you to all of our existing patrons. You guys are the best, 100%.
Yep,
Better
we do
than
have the best
all the
listeners
rest.
in all of podcast land.
That's right. But yeah, other than that, nothing much. I'll just see you guys next week.
Yep. All right. Well, we do want to thank you for listening to the Ravager Report. You can find us on any and all of your favorite podcast apps or by going directly to our Podbean site at ravagerreport.podbean.com. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a rating and review on your favorite podcast site as well, as it does help us make the show better for you. You can find us on Twitter at RavagerRepo, and you can join our Discord channel at discord.me/Ravager Report. If you would like to help support our show, you can do so at patreon.com/Ravager Report. And for just $5 per month, you can get early access to the uncut live show a day or two before it's released. Finally, we do want to send a great big shout out to all our listeners and patrons for their continued support. And until next time, keep fighting, true believers.